Hey everybody, it's Big E. Welcome to Big E's Auto. Sorry, we had to adjust the camera here. So today we're going to be working on, again, we got the Camaro out of the trailer. So a problem I noticed, and I guess because I'm more OCD now that I'm older, is the passenger side slick sits inside the fender more than a driver's side actually sticks out. I don't know. Let me see if I can show you. I'll bring you with me here. We're going to go for a little ride here. Try not to trip on anything. So if you look, and then the camera's not going to cooperate. Let me lower it down here for you. Adjust my camera here. Let's see if we can see. If you go down here, you see how this sticks out here? It sticks it's actually a little flush, but the sidewall sticks out past the fender. So now I'm going to bring you over here to this side. Once again, I got to readjust the camera here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it actually sticks in the fender there. There's a huge fender gap that's going on there. So that's kind of telling me that it's telling me my camera's not adjusted, right? I need to, I'm sure you guys don't want to be staring at my waist all day. So that tells you the car is not quite center. The car, we do have it set up to go straight down the track, but it's not sitting straight. So now we're too high. Alright, bear with me guys, sorry. So here, if I go off of here, I have like 1.5 inches that this sits under. And you guys saw the other side, and it actually sits out. So I made a phone call to my fab guy, Tom Goldman, and he said to adjust the track bar. So luckily years ago we made it adjustable on here. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead, we're going to get this car up on jack stands and unbolt the shocks and see if we can shorten up the track bar to get this thing more centered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this here. We're going to run the intro while we're doing that. I'm going to grab some tools, get the car set up, and then we'll see how this goes. Alright guys, so we're underneath here. So what we did, we loosened up these jam nuts here on the track bar here. There's one on each side. And what I did was I just turned it to pull it together to technically make the whole bar shorter overall length. So apparently when I put this together, I forgot to tighten those nuts, and over the years it just spun and it loosened itself wider so the rear shifted. So now, even though it's up in the air, now it looks like the driver's side is in. Let me get up here a minute. Give me a second to get up. I'm getting too old for this. And this side now looks like it's out. So we might have to find somewhere in the middle of where we turn. I think it was like 10 turns. So I'm going to try turning it opposite about like 5 turns. I'm going to try doing and see if that centers it up. And then we're going to check. Let me make that adjustment. And then once we get this thing centered, then we can make sure we tighten those nuts so it locks the bar in place. And then once we do that, we'll set it down to the ground, and we're going to take a final measurement. And hopefully this won't be a long project, and hopefully with it being centered, the car might launch better. We'll see. Alright? Alright guys, we're still underneath here. So I had to take, let me position here, I had to take the track bar off. So I thought just spinning it would adjust it. No. So what we did, I mean you can't see it now, but you can take this nut loose. It's left, right here, I forget. It's opposite of normal. See how there's a gap there, and then you can turn this in to lock it in place. So I already did it, but I loosened this up and I turned the hymen that it went into the rod more. So basically shortening the overall length of this bar. So you can see up here, I don't know, I can't zoom in and do, but this isn't lining up. So I took my pry bar here and I'm just going to put it, and I don't know, can you see the rear moves? So basically I'm taking that and I'm going to lock that in place. And then now I have that in there. I'm going to come up top here and I'm going to take a look just roughly at what we have here. So we have the tire looks like it moved in. It's not sticking out of the fender. This one's not sticking out either. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down underneath here. I'm going to put the bolt, the spacer in, and I'm going to hand tighten everything. And I'm going to set the car back down again. And we're going to go ahead, we're going to look at all the spacing, and we're going to take measurements and see how, we're going to make sure if this thing's level or not. Alright guys, so I'm behind the camera, so we're going to, we had to take the passenger side off as well and shorten that up. But just got done. I have to finish tightening, but we got about, looks like we're at 3/4 of an inch there. Remember, that was 1.5 inches when we started. Now we're at about, looks like 3/4 there as well. So with that being said, I think at this point the only thing left to do now is tighten everything and lock everything down. I think we're centered. I'm anxious to see how the car is going to launch now with the body centered that way. But yeah, I'm going to give everything a final tightening, and that's going to be it for the old Camaro there. I think she's ready to rip up some track times. So anyway, that's it for today on track bar adjustment. Remember, if you make it shorter, longer, you're going to have to play with it. But I actually loosened, I had to turn the passenger side, hymen end, in almost all the way. Put that in the hole, and then I had to do the same thing with the other side so I could pull it, towards that side. And I was able to move it, and it looks like it worked out. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact science, but it measures up correctly. I can't explain it other than I shortened the track bar rod, and now it seems like it's more centered. So anyway, just something to check into, something for thought, hey, it worked, so we'll see how it works at the track. So that's it for now here at Big E's. So if you could subscribe, hit notification. I'll probably do a live later on this, but that's it as far as what we're doing. Again, 1994 Camaro, any 4th gen, and I think it might work with a 3rd gen Camaro too, with this type of a torque arm setup. Okay, so till next time, watch out for each other, take care of each other. See you next time right here on Big E's. Bye for now.